With Father's Day and Juneteenth occurring within one day of each other, why not talk about a classic black movie about a father and his son? A goofy movie. I'm Chad.
And I'm Matt.
And you've tuned into episode 60 of We Used to Talk About This at Work. All right, so we've got Joe and Laurent here. How's it going, guys?
Cool, bro. How you doing?
I'm existing.
Matt?
I'm well, thank you.
Laurent, how you doing, man? What? Are you talking?
I'm fine.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about, like, before we even kind of get into it, we're gonna do some timey-wimey shit right now because we just recorded a bonus episode and that will be posted Monday, and yeah, that's gonna be posted Monday for the holiday, but this episode came out early. It didn't come out on Saturday. This episode actually came out on Thursday. And also, there was a bonus episode that was also posted, but it came out before this episode, but I haven't recorded it yet. So, yeah, wrap your mind around that shit. I'm talking to you now, man.
I know. So the one you have recorded is going to come out before this one, but then we recorded a bonus episode that airs after this one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I think technically you are still beating Rachel, Laurent, because I'm doing. We're going to an early movie screening. Well, by this point we would have gone to an early movie screening, but I think you would still be up one. I think the math is hard right now. My head hurts right now. Also, my nose is bleeding. I'm 11. It's just too much.
Whoa.
But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Laurent, did you join a softball team?
Yes, I joined a softball team. At least I don't know how to say I attempted to join a softball team.
They turned you
Um,
away at the door. Like,
no, luckily it seemed like I haven't. I tell you the truth, I haven't touched a glove or a bat or anything like 6, 7 years, right?
okay,
So I call myself, I want to assist with my coworkers. They had a little softball team, right? So I go to a little practice, and I'm like, oh. Normally, like I don't watch it on TV or nothing. Like it seems boring to me, but for some reason, I was like, all right, catching, playing catch. Like some reason, like this ain't bad. Like it's appealing, right? So I'm playing, I'm catching fly balls, grounders, this, that, and the third. Comes time for me to bat. I noticed no one's really hitting it too far. Like not too many balls even left the infield. So I'm trying to, like I say, the fence is probably about 312 feet or yards, whatever they do feet in baseball, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I see the sign 320. I'm trying to knock it out. Like hit one, bang, outfield. Hit another one, bang, outfield. And mind you, just a slow pitch. So they're like, you're throwing it up high, and their goal is to get a strike for it to land on the plate. So it's like, what do they call those? Underdogs or whatever, right? It's coming straight down. Right? So I'm swinging, I'm hitting it every time. And for some reason, I tried to swing as hard as I possibly could, missed it, threw my shoulder out,
yeah,
spun about a 720, and then writhed
Mm.
in pain
yeah,
for like a good. It felt like 15 minutes, but people told me it was more like 45 seconds. So after the initial laughing for 15 seconds, then it was like, oh shoot, is he okay? And I realized like, okay, if I just hold my shoulder like still, it doesn't really hurt, but I can't lift it past, I don't know, my chest. So that
yeah,
practice was over.
yeah. When you said that, you were like, "Huh, people aren't hitting this ball far." I'm like, "Oh, I think I know where this is gonna go."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably I should have probably more focused on the mechanics instead of just getting out there and swinging. I ain't doing no
Yeah.
stretching. I'm just out there thinking I got
So
it.
Matt and I have an old mutual friend that was really into softball, and he'd always say that it was an older person's game. Like baseball, you go in, you hit it hard, and you run. And softball, like you're thinking about what you're doing. It's not about the power. And yeah, you don't have that young body anymore, so you can't really just knock shit out the fucking park anymore.
Correction. He knocked it out the park a few times, and then hurt himself. It's a difference.
You can't consistently do that. I'm not saying. I'm sorry. You have the ability to do it, but your body does not want you to do that.
If I wasn't excessively trying to swing and chase pitches, and I probably wouldn't have hurt my shoulder. So it's kind of frustrating because I've been wanting to go back or whatever, but I'm like,
You
I'm
need to
in the
heal up.
reserve or whatever they call it.
I got you.
So, yeah.
So you've been out here living this high life like Matt, going to these fancy dinners?
Yeah, I've been trying to. I realized, I stay in Southern California, so it's starting to get nice and warm out, even though it always is. But now it's more sunny, right? So I call myself, trying to, shop with the big dogs.
You trying to be a Matt? You went to like a 15-course dinner and stuff?
Something like that. I actually went to a nice little restaurant. I happened to see a couple celebrities in there.
Ooh, who you see?
I seen Giannis.
Okay.
So I couldn't make myself be a total fanboy and ask him for an autograph, but looking back, maybe I should have anyway. But
you should have walked up to him while he was sitting at the table with his wife and kids, or whatever his
his
situation,
wife, uncle, mama,
right.
Everybody.
You should have been like, look, I don't give a fuck what y'all doing. Let me get the selfie real quick and then run away.
And I thought about, he got a commercial about that. The guy was like, "You trying to take a picture of us?" And I was like, but it ain't just him and a guy. I feel like I would have did it. It was just him hanging out.
No, I know.
He had his whole family, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I'd be like, man, you don't get up out of my face.
No, like that is the decent thing as a person to do. Leave people alone when they're with their family. But but also look at it this way: when would you see him again? So fuck that family.
Yeah, and I could have seen him for free instead of paying $500 to see him at an actual basketball game, way closer. But yeah, that's good. Like going to, I just be trying to go to different restaurants. I guess my thing is like any place with like a rooftop bar. That's my thing now. So it's more about the views and the aesthetics. They grossly overpaying for stuff, but you deal with it because the service is always top notch and you got beautiful views. There's more of, I guess, more about the way it makes you feel than the actual food, because I can just cook something if I want to eat. But
it's the experience.
It's warm out.
Yeah.
So it's experience. Like at the end of the day, money doesn't go with you, or but your friends and your experiences is what matters.
I mean, the money along the way helps, Laurent. Let's not do that.
Yes, it does.
I mean, the money is helping you get those experiences, so let's not like piss on the money part.
It's more of like, what I mean is like, I'm more now about experiences and possessions.
Yes, I love possessions.
Like, I'll spend money to do stuff now instead of like buying. Oh, I need to have this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But
stuff is nice to look at, Laurent.
I can always reminisce memories, though.
Yeah, but what's wrong with a healthy combination of the two?
Such as?
Like, I take trips, but yes, I also buy all these fucking Legos behind me, yeah.
Why don't you take a trip to Legoland? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, best of both worlds. That's on the horizon.
And you want to buy Legos once you're there.
Yep. Overpriced ones, too.
Yes,
super overpriced. My son always grabs Legos at Legoland.
Which ones has he gone to?
The one in Dallas like 2 or 3 times.
Okay. Joe, you went to a concert? You're going to a concert?
I figured, we talking about, Goofy movie. So I was trying to keep my topics in range with the movie itself.
You've listened to the show and you've been on the show. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I know I don't have to. But like, I love concerts. Like, concerts are like definitely my favorite thing. Like, so I was gonna ask everybody, like, what is your like favorite concert you've ever been to? I have an idea what yours is, Chad, but I'm not. I think I'll let everybody answer anyway, though.
I'm curious because I don't think you're gonna be right.
We'll come back to you, Laurent. What's your favorite concert you ever been to, bro?
Actually, I seen Bone Thugs and Harmony like a month ago.
Okay.
And that's probably my favorite one. Probably one of the cheapest ones I've went to, but
yeah,
I enjoyed it the most.
That's real. Plus, like, it's Bone Thugs. Like, how could you not enjoy it?
How could you not?
How could you not? Matt?
He's still thinking.
Don't say Chingy.
Close. It was gonna be Nelly. I was remember what a time like we was Nelly was there and he was a headliner. Was he the headliner at that time? But also the reason I remember also is because I got to see Beyonce because Destiny's Child was there too. Uh, but it was Nelly, the Saint Lunatics. No, I don't think they would have been headlining over Destiny's Child.
And
But I
Mother,
just
take my
remember it was
answer
just
back.
What?
well, yeah, you can take it back because this is not. I just remember that because it was just like in St. Louis. They were there. Destiny's Child was there, and this is like back when I was in like high school. I just remember how excited I was. Like I've always been like going to concerts, and I'm always like, "Oh, cool! I can't wait to see this." But I don't know. I guess it was something different from being from St. Louis and everything. It hit differently where I was like super excited that was happening.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But you don't change your answer.
I forgot. Because technically, like, so I was actually, so when they were doing the On the Run too, when Jay-Z and Beyonce did their concert, I was working and selling condiments, but we stopped an hour earlier and then I ran and watched it. So I didn't know if that really counted.
No, that counts.
That counts. That totally counts.
That was probably my best concert technically. But I didn't pay a dime for it. Actually, I made money off of it.
Right.
But yeah, that was a show.
I have two actually. Like I'm tired actually. NERD.
Okay.
Back in high school, I went to go see NERD when I think it was like a few months before Seeing Sounds came out. They performed the whole past catalog and they performed all Seeing Sounds. So all that was just new shit. My cousin got put on stage. That was lit. Like that made his life. You know, he still talks about that to this day. And then I guess the one I tied with was be the time I went to go see Childish and Chance. Right after Justin got out the hospital.
So I think that was 2013 or 2012, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like my brother just got out the hospital. He just got shot in the back of the head. He had been. It was like literally our first outing since he had got out the hospital. And like we went to the concert, like which was the dumbest idea we possibly could have done.
Why?
He got stitches, staples in his head still. You know, fucking mosh pit. I almost got into a fight that night. Of all concerts I've ever been to, it's the only concert I've ever been to. I almost got into a fight.
Okay, I wasn't by you.
No, you were up in the crowd, and we were down in the mosh pit. Yeah. And old dude called my sister a bitch because he couldn't jump his way to the front of the crowd. Okay. I guess he thought that she was there by herself. So when I pushed her out the way, like, who the fuck you calling a bitch? It got real for a second. But, yeah.
So what is mine?
I was assuming it was either gonna be Childish, or you was gonna have like some old story that you went to go see Immature or something.
I've never seen Immature or was it IMX?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you a Batman fan?
He was more of a Romeo fan.
No, Childish was a lot of fun. I didn't really care for Chance at the time. I feel like he's okay now, but back then I just didn't really care for his whole I got suspended shtick.
Well, that was the whole the mixtape was called 10 Day based upon his suspension.
I know.
And he gave it to Justin for free tonight because he
gave it to all of us.
No, he was charging everybody for it.
I don't remember giving him money.
I definitely would. I know he gave Justin a free one after Justin took his hat off and showed me he had some staples and the bullets still in his head.
I remember I took a picture with him, but I can't find that picture. But no, that was a really fun concert.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking of the movie Fanboys, how they took the trip to Skywalker Ranch, and like I love taking road trips. And I was just trying to see if anybody had like any fun, memorable stories of just like a crazy road trip they may have taken as a child, teenager years, with the homies, doing crazy shit.
I haven't had any like crazy road trip stories per se. Like I remember Samantha and I, we went to Europe. Another fun concert. So I got our Spice Girls reunion concert tickets for Christmas, and so we went to that concert. And the only problem was we came back Sunday like after midnight, and I absolutely had to be at work, like present at work at 6 a.m. And so we drove through the night to get from Chicago when we landed from London back to St. Louis. And I felt terrible the whole drive. I felt terrible like at work. I barely slept. It was terrible. Like that whole portion of the trip.
How long of a drive is it?
It's like
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, 4 or 5 hours. But it's like we've been flying on. I personally can't sleep on a plane. Yeah. So like we had that 8 hour international flight, and it was all bad.
I haven't had any crazy stuff. Just when I was driving from Virginia to St. Louis, my basically right axle tire, just something happened to it where the tire just locked into place.
Okay.
I called a tow truck driver, everything, and he was like, "How fast you going?" I was like, "I was going at least 80." And he's like, he's surprised that the car didn't flip over or anything, but it was in some. Let me think about the right words to use. It was in we'll just say it's not a part of town where they have people like us there. We'll just go from there.
People like us is
what type of people are you?
We refer to this as a town where you shouldn't be when the sun is down.
Sundown town.
It's a town where you shouldn't be there when the sun is up. Right. So, but when I went there, like, the tow truck driver was like a stereotypical truck driver that you see on like a movie or something, like fat guy, greasy, nasty looking or whatever. So he towed the car. Then he took me to a hotel.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. My mind went somewhere else when you said this.
Yeah, then what happened?
Y'all know the rules of the road.
Then he dropped me off. He dropped me off at this hotel. It says it's gonna take like a day to fix it. And
wait, the audio, the car, the auto shop. There was only one auto shop in the town, right? And it's like it'll just take a day, and then like that's when you find out there was like some body switching shit happening.
Jasper got to order the parts.
It was just right next door. It was like a gas station mixed with like a Wendy's or a Burger King or something like that. And I order a meal, and I sit down and wait, and it didn't even come out like less than 2 minutes. And she was like, they were like, "Sorry for the wait. Here's like some extra nuggets or something like that."
Because black people love chicken.
Yeah. I don't know, but I thought it was weird. I was like, why everybody so fucking nice here? But like, I don't know if they were just nice because this was some small town in West Virginia and everybody's here super nice.
West Virginia.
You
should have said I never stopped there. I pissed myself.
See, you didn't say West Virginia. What's the population of black? Like .-1?
Well, now you see what
it was one when he was there.
The only black people is the people coming out the mines.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was fine. Nothing crazy, but it was just like I felt weird. I felt like I need to get in my fucking car, and then they were like, it's gonna couple hours. I was like, nah, I'll just wait here in the mechanic shop until it's done.
Where it's nice and lit. There's light here and everything. Right, that reminds me of Joe and I were doing something, and we went to a Denny's on Lindbergh. And when we walked in there, it felt like we stepped into like 1983, and it's like nothing but white people in there, and they looked at us as we like stepped in. They got so quiet, and I'm like, how there are this many white people in this part of North County? This don't make sense. That didn't add up. We did not eat there.
Gentrification.
Laurent, you got a story?
I was trying to think, but I drive places, but I don't have no like cool. My car broke down on the side of the road.
That's not a cool. That's a scary ass story for a black man.
I guess, but yeah, most of my stories is like, it's me going to the destination. I don't have nothing. I don't know, eventful happen en route besides me listening to podcasts or music and getting to my destination. Sorry about that.
You're okay. You're okay.
So I recently got an Apple TV, and it's nice. I recommend it. It's nice. So, but then also they have like shows that's only on Apple TV. So like, and I've seen the first season of Mythic Quest. If you're not familiar with Mythic Quest, it's basically they are game developers and they create games. They have like their their, man, what's that game that people? World of
2K,
Warcraft.
2K.
WoW.
Oh.
No, not that kind of game.
As soon as he said,
But it's
I
like
see
a
where you were
game
going
like
with
that,
it.
with like knives and dragons and stuff like that. But
D&D.
and basically, it's about their lives. So, and I started watching that again. There's some. I was watching, looking at trailers of all the different shows. They have a show on there with
Tiffany
Will
Haddish.
Ferrell and Ant-Man. What's the Ant-Man's real name?
Paul Rudd.
Yeah. So it's a
Anthony
show with
Anderson.
Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell. And it's a serious show too. It's about because Paul Rudd plays a psychiatrist.
Oh, I did see that. That motherfucker's cold.
Oh, I remember the trailer for that.
Yeah. So I haven't watched it yet, but I was looking out the stuff. It looks like Apple TV has some good stuff on there. I'm gonna
They
check it out
do.
more, but
They got that show with Samuel L. Jackson. It's pretty cool too.
With Anthony Mackie? No, not Anthony
No,
Mackie. It's where he takes the pill and he like gets his memories back.
Yeah,
Alzheimer's.
yeah. It's got him. I believe it's the old girl from that Netflix movie with Jamie Foxx, where everybody had got the powers.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. And then the show with old boy from SNL, Jason Sudeikis.
That's that soccer show.
That's pretty good,
Everybody
too.
likes that show.
was
Ted
some
Lasso.
Ted or
Yeah.
Ted
Ted
Lasso.
Lasso. Yeah.
yeah.
They got a show called Toronto in there.
Now that I've got it, I'm gonna keep watching all the stuff that's on Apple TV.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna need that.
I wanna check out that one with Tiffany Haddish. After Party. It's like a 15-year reunion, 20-year reunion, and like one of them gets murdered, and so like it's like an investigation, like a mystery. But it's a comedy too.
It's
I
on
don't-
Apple TV.
Yeah.
Like that Netflix show, that Hulu show,
What Hulu show?
the one with Steve Martin.
Kind of, sort of.
Oh,
Gotcha.
only Murders in the Building.
Murders
Yeah.
in the Building. Yeah.
But yeah, one more thing. The character on there is Poppy Lee. But that I was like, ooh, she's cute. Let me look her up in real life, the actress. And I'm like, I like the way she looks on the show, not in real life, if that makes sense. Because
You
in
like that she
real-
wears glasses?
Yeah, she wears glasses on the show. She's kind of like a nerd, and I was like, yeah, I like her on the show, but not in real life though, because she looks. I ain't gonna say regular, but she looks like an actress where she's just more attractive to me as a nerd with the glasses and everything, and she has an Australian accent. She's Australian.
Yeah, Oh, right.
He said right.
I've seen the first episode. It's a good show. So I went to the movie theater this past Thursday, and I caught the newest Jurassic World movie, Dominion. I'm not gonna really get into it because we're gonna do something about these movies in a couple months, couple weeks, whatever. But I just want to kind of throw out there like a few things. One, this movie picks up from the last one, Fallen Kingdom. So you have the storyline with that little girl in it. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I didn't do any prep work beforehand. So like I didn't rewatch any of the movies. So I'm watching a new movie, and like it takes a while before she starts talking. And then she does talk, and I'm like, why is she talking weird? And I was like, oh, wait, she's English. I forgot about that. And I was like, did they dub her? Like, why the fuck does she sound like that? But no, I forgot about that. And then another thing I wanted to say is, like, there's a couple of, like, really cool shots in this movie. Like, where the cinematographer and the director are like, yeah, we're going to make sure that the people get something worth their money. So there were some cool shots where I'm like, damn. I wouldn't tell somebody to watch a movie just for some shots, but I'd be like, look out for these shots. But I'm not trying to say if I liked this movie or didn't like this. I'm just trying to keep it loosey-goosey. But, yeah, some good shots. Forgot that little girl was English. Chris Pratt is going to be Chris Pratt in the movie. That's not negative or positive. But, yeah, okay.
Hey,
So
me thinking real quick. Do you want to? We talked about it on the chat. Do you want to bring up Black Adam trailer?
Oh, shit. Did everybody see the Black Adam trailer?
I did not.
I did not. have the
I don't know.
privilege
It's okay.
of watching.
I wasn't in. I wasn't in a rush, but actually, I'm actually intrigued on what your opinion of it. Like, honest opinion from both of you.
Okay.
And y'all can cut if y'all want to.
We'll do that right now. Right. So we just watched the trailer for Black Adam. Oh, sorry, Dwayne the Rock Johnson's Black Adam. Laurent, what'd you think of it?
Look good. I liked it.
Go on. Okay. All right. Joe?
I feel like I just watched like the prequel to Scorpion King.
why do you
I was
say
a
that?
slave getting my ass beat, and I woke up a god.
That is very Scorpion King. Matt?
I don't have high expectations for this movie. It's a DC movie. It's a rock movie. So I'm not saying that this movie is not going to make a lot of money. It's going to make a ton of money. But, earlier where you're like Chris Pratt is going to be Chris Pratt, we all know The Rock is going to be The Rock no matter what. So, I don't know, like, I kind of felt like if it was a different person than The Rock, maybe it might be different, like a quote unquote real actor.
Kind of disrespectful.
The Rock knows what he's doing. The Rock knows what his fan base is. That's why he is The Rock at all of his movies. So
no, that's very true.
Don't do that to The Rock.
No,
I like The Rock.
The Rock is doing it to itself.
I like The Rock's movies. I like most of The Rock's movies. I ain't gonna say all of them. I like most of them.
So which one you mean? The one where he's in the jungle sweaty, or the one where he's in the jungle sweaty?
I like the one where he was the fat spy that became the skinny, the smaller spy.
Central Intelligence.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
See, I liked The Rock before he got big. I
also, Be Cool.
Like, was it Get Shorty? Not Get Shorty.
Yeah, Be Cool.
Yeah, Be Cool.
Yeah,
Be Cool.
That was good.
That's like his best role ever.
Yeah, man. Did you guys feel those intentional nods to Black Panther in the trailer?
I missed it, but that could have been me.
Somebody pointed it out to me, and then I was like, "Oh shit, it is."
So you got the spaceship coming into a city with the rap music, and then somebody jumping out the ship looking all cool and shit with their hands on their chest, almost.
What kind of feather? What kind of feather?
Almost. I think it was a black person too.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it's just like, and this is like, what is this movie?
I'm tired of everybody trying to like make these villains like kind of like heroes.
Yes.
Stop that shit. These fuckers are villains.
Yes.
It's okay. Let them be evil.
Specifically Black Adam. Like, he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy. So he should be killing people, but we all know by the end of this movie he's gonna save the world, because you know what? He's the only person that can.
And then the next movie, him and Shazam could fight.
No, they're not gonna. It's gonna be a team up. It's gonna be like in Terminator 2 when you think Terminator is about to be a bad guy, but
or Terminator Salvation or the other Terminator movie.
Well, basically any movie after the first one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
but like it's Morbius, Venom, like, and I know I get to know those in Marvel, but like I'm just tired of everybody trying to like soften all these villains. They villains. Let them be villains. Let them fuck up some shit, and it's okay.
I mean, that's not The Rock's brand.
And that's why he should not have been Black Adam.
I liked him when he used to be a villain.
Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
Dabin Farouk.
Rocky might be a...
But yeah, I don't have high hopes for the movie. I will be there opening weekend, but I don't have high hopes for it.
I'll put it higher than the rest of the DC movies, to be honest, other than Shazam, because that's still the best DC movie to come out since the Dark Knight trilogy.
Well, since we're talking about comics, did anybody see Ms. Marvel?
I did.
Yes.
Laurent?
No.
All right. Well, guys, what did you guys? Well, no, I'm gonna go first. I liked it. So I'm not. I've read the first trade paperback of Ms. Marvel, and it felt very on brand's not the right word, but it felt in line with the comic books. Like, this feels extremely comic book accurate. And well, except for how her powers work, but we'll have to wait a few weeks to see how that progressed. But no, I really liked it. I really like that young actress. Like, I don't know, it's like we got another Tom Holland in the making, right? Where it feels like this person was born to play this role, and I feel that way about this young woman playing Kamala Khan. And also Avengers Con, like all those Easter eggs in that one sequence alone, very cool. I enjoyed it.
It reminded me of the Avengers game because that's pretty much how the game starts off.
I only played like the demo thing that they offered. Did you buy that?
I hope not. I don't remember.
Oh wait, isn't it on Game Pass?
I don't remember. I have it somewhere. I know.
Okay,
but
it's probably on Game Pass.
Who knows? I hope so because I can't imagine me paying money for that.
Well, what did you think of the show?
I thought the show was cool. I didn't much really happen, but
Yeah,
this is first episode, so I really wasn't expecting too much. I probably would have been happier with 2 episodes just to get things moving, hoping that something happened in the second episode. But I'll be there next week watching.
Yeah, Matt.
I'm just like, like Joseph, I wish there was more episodes. I know nothing. I know of Miss Marvel. I know, basically when I came into Moon Knight, I knew nothing of Moon Knight. Never. That was the first time I've ever heard of Moon Knight.
Really?
This one I've heard of Miss Marvel. I don't know what her powers are or anything like that. So I wish they would have gave Liz 2 episodes, so I know what's going on and everything. So
Right.
I don't really have an opinion right now. I'm just waiting, learning. One thing I did like is I like I don't want to say this. The background interacting with their doing. Like for example, when he was texting her, the lights became the emoji.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Or when they was riding the bike, stuff was showing up on the brick wall in the background and stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. But as far as storyline or anything like that, I'm just gonna wait and see approach. Because it's about the 3rd episode, I better give you a good idea what I think about this.
Mm-hmm. I also appreciate where you don't really see stories from Pakistani family, right? So it's just interesting to see a different kind of story.
Right.
There are no new stories. It's overprotective parents. She wants to rebel. It's the same shit, but it's nice to see it not in a white shell.
But did you not see those Hulk costumes Mom brought out?
I mean, she made those overnight. That's love.
It was like a dashiki with abs on it, bro.
I mean, but
right.
that's got a term. We're not familiar with the culture, but that's called something.
Well, I know it's called something, but I can only refer to it something that's close to what I know. It looked like a dashiki with abs on it. Pops came through screaming,
and he painted himself.
Right, and I almost did the accent. I'm so happy I did not do that.
I appreciate that.
I'm so happy.
But no, that's some straight love. She did that overnight.
Right, in real life, Mom came through, tried.
Right. And growing up, right? But yeah, it's an interesting story, and I'm looking forward to see what happens next.
Another thing I thought the gloves were going to play more into this. They made a big deal about the gloves, and then that she forgot them and everything, but it didn't play a role.
I thought the same thing.
I mean, it did play a part that she didn't have them.
Right. So now I glow.
I thought something's gonna happen with the gloves would help her with some powers or something. But quick question: what is her powers?
Okay, well, hold up one second. I think the gloves are gonna be how the government finds her, because they're probably gonna trace it back to that boy.
That is a big part of how the Avengers game started off, is her literally running from the laws and everything. So that's really funny you bring that up.
That's funny. So in the comic books, she has stretchy powers
like Reed Richards.
Yeah, basically she's she basically has Mr. Fantastic powers.
But she likes to make her fist really big when she punches.
Yeah. So
Reed just wrap you up and look at you like, "Hey, where you going?"
And
turn me into spaghetti.
He walks up to people and okay, so here's our game plan, guys. This guy, he could do this, all right? Just so you know. In the show, she doesn't necessarily have stretchy powers. They changed it to
a sparkly hologram.
Those wristbands that kind of reminded me of the same technology as the 10 Rings.
I can understand that. But 10 rings wasn't giving you holograms.
I
The
mean,
step that you could step on.
But it was rings. You know, if you got like the lock in bracelets, maybe they do that. But he had the loose bracelets.
You know, so did Dawson.
But yeah, so so she's got stretchy powers.
I don't like I don't like her name.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
It makes more sense in the comic books.
Well, I mean, okay, so just she does this because she's a fan of Captain Marvel, right?
Right.
Yes.
Like I said, it makes more sense in the comic books, but since
what's the reason? What's the reason in the comic books?
So she is also a fangirl of Miss Marvel, but you got to also remember that in this in the comic book universe, Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel at one point, right?
I did not know that. Okay.
Okay. So and so when the new Miss Marvel comic starts, she's Captain Marvel, and so when she gets her stretchy powers, the very first thing, like, she's like super insecure and scared. She like morphs her body because she's just stretchy powers. Just you realigning parts of your body. She basically makes herself look like Miss Marvel in her classic costume, like the black with the little mask and shit and blonde hair and stuff. And she starts fighting crime, and so people are like, oh shit, Miss Marvel's back in her old costume. So that name stuck because people thought she was the original Miss Marvel.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was like, I understand you being a fan of this, but it's kind of like, if you have no affiliation, like it was like this person helped teach you, you just a fan. Nah, that's copyright infringement. You need to come up with something better than this.
No, that's like in Incredibles at the beginning with Incrediboy. He was like, he's not associated with me. Like, yeah.
Right, exactly. It's just that. So I thought that I didn't like that. But besides that, it's just a wait and see on how everything goes.
So this is our Father's Day episode, and we are all parents. Matt is a boy dad. Laurent, you're a girl dad, right?
Girl's dad, yeah.
I'm a girl dad, and then Joe is a boy and a girl dad. So your oldest is 8.
8.
Okay. How old is your daughter, Laurent?
5.
Okay. So Joe, lead us. Since Matt's been a parent the longest. I'm sorry. So Matt, tell us things. How has being a father for 11 years been?
It's been good. But there's always ups and downs. I can't comment on how girl. They say boys are easier. I don't know about that. But it's been good. Sometimes you'd be like, he'll do something that make me laugh. Oh, it's a little me. Other times I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? At the same time, so it's just ups and downs. But overall, I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Laurent, counter that from the girl side.
Girls, I don't have a son, but girls would seem to be more difficult due to, I don't know, like it's tough, at least for me, to try to discipline her or teach her because I'm too busy like trying to spoil her. So.
I mean, yeah, that's your fucking princess, duh. Like I've said this many times. I didn't want a boy. Like I didn't want some Lion King shit where this little motherfucker is gonna challenge me for the throne. But my daughter, baby, here you go, right here. Like I cleaned that seat out for you. I got it. It's nice and warm for you. Have a seat, baby.
With that being said, it's like you're trying to still make them, a better woman or whatever when they eventually turn 18 and they're grown. So you want them to be able to function on their own. And but it's tough though, because the discipline that they need, you just want to give her the world though.
Right.
That's individually going to hinder it.
Joe,
Where to start? My little dude. That's like my little dude. Little me, fucking crazy ass. Stepped on my brand new shoes today. Do y'all understand how mad I was when those cleats hit my brand new shoes?
I thought when you and I talked about this off mic that
the scenario's not over until the day is. I ain't had these shoes for a whole day yet. And little dude put them dirty ass cleats. We having a great day. He went to play baseball. He sucks, by the way, but I'm hoping he'll get better.
Don't do that.
I can't say he sucks. No, I keep it real, dog. Kids ain't perfect at everything, dude.
What if he listens to this at some point?
I tell him he sucks right now. I have no problem telling the kid he sucks. Okay. Hopefully it makes him better.
Nah, and I understand. When my son was doing kickboxing, he used to be like, "Daddy, how was it?" I was like, "Oh, you was trash today."
Thank you.
Then, you know, I give him real criticism, like, "Hey, you was bad at this, but you need to work on this to get better. Oh, but you was good. You was good on the kicks, but your punching, that was horrible, man." And
I understand.
Like, you got to be real.
I understand, and I concur.
Like that.
Right. I'm not about this participation. Give you a trophy shit. You suck. If you're not good, you're not good. I'd much rather tell you that you're not good so you can work to be better.
And your daughter.
Oh, my daughter's my baby girl, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my baby girl. But she get on my fucking nerves too. She just know how to weave it better than he do, because she know how to. I am cute and it works. You know, shit.
Yeah.
That shit don't work no more, dog. You a grown ass man. Put some basketball shorts.
You're a grown man at 8.
You a grown ass man at 8, bro. At 8 years old, I had a Kool-Aid stand, dog, bringing my own money home. What are you doing? You out here walking around with your damn drawers and shit. You ain't paid no bills. Go put some basketball shorts on before you walk around my goddamn house in your drawers, dog. Got me fucked up.
I feel like there's a double standard here, but
I pay bills. I walk around the house in my damn drawers. When he pays some bills, he can get the fuck out and walk around in some drawers.
Yeah. So I've been a parent the shortest amount of time, and it's been a time. I always tell people with my daughter, it's like when Ash got his Charizard. And like you'll give her like 5 commands, and she might do one if she feel like it. And so I'm like, it's okay.
That's a good analogy, bro. I like that.
It's okay. Everything's fine. You know, shit's on fire. But she's yeah. It's been a time. Like I brought this up. I feel like I brought this up before, but like we had to sleep train her 3 separate times because like she has like the fucking will of like a fucking spy that's being tortured for information. Like the second time we tried to sleep train her, she cried for like an hour straight. Like, you will come in here and fucking get me. And we did eventually. Like, yeah. But no, she's getting better. Like, she's in a I will help clean stage where like you'll be like, hey, let's pick your crayons up, and she'll pick them up, and then she'll take that bag and dump that shit right back on the floor. But she will help.
That's what's up. Let me ask you this, Laurent, since you have a little girl. I know, Matt, you can't really answer. So my little girl, she like whenever she knows she in trouble, she just try to come give me a kiss. That's like her go-to move. Like, did your little girl used to do it when she was younger?
No.
Anytime she thinks she in trouble, come here, let me give you a kiss. We good, right? We cool? We cool. Let me give you a kiss, Daddy.
So
her favorite pastime is making fun of me and saying, "Dad, you don't have no hair." That's what she wants to do.
Damn.
And I like she's savage.
You got a straight savage
on your hair on your face. You have no hair on your head.
Why you don't have to say everything you think, baby.
No, it's just
so like there's like at this point, like my daughter knows that like if she gets anywhere near the router, I'm gonna get really mad at her. And so like sometimes she'll like test me, and like she'll be like, oh, okay, he not paying attention, and she'll walk over there, and I yell her. Like this happened like the very last time she did this. I yelled her name, and she stopped cold and turned around and just started saying dad. I don't know what she was trying to say to me. She was trying to explain her case, but I'm like, no, you know that's something that's gonna make me mad. Don't touch that.
Kids like to do that thing like, oh boy, I'm mad TV, but like every time you think you're in trouble, look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Stuart. Yeah, it's been a time, but like I agree. Like it's I would not trade this for the world. I don't know if it's for the better or worse, but like becoming a parent has like changed me. And like beforehand, like, and Matt can attest to this, I was like 100% about work. Like I'll fucking work 6 to 6, just give all my like undivided time to work. And like since becoming a parent, like I don't want to do that. Like, you know, I would like to spend as much time as I can, which sadly I can't always spend as much time as I want with her. But I would rather be with my daughter than anything else. Like, and I'm not just saying work. Like, I would rather have that time with her. And like, I don't know, it's really realigned a lot of my priorities.
That's what's up, bro. That's a good thing. You growing up. Look at little Chad.
I guess. I mean, I miss money.
Yeah.
I miss having money so much.
We're not gonna talk about that. That's a whole.
But,
all of us could talk about that all day.
But
But yeah, one thing it also taught us patience and everything to where, it's a process dealing with them.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like you said, you yell at her name. I remember when my son, I used to do better, yell out his name or give him a look, and he'll get corrected. Now, it's a lot more now. He's bigger, he's older. It's,
he knows fucking karate or whatever the fuck you taught him. Like,
Time to hit that uppercut.
Kick
He about to hit you with a 3-piece soon. You get to talking rapidly.
right. Like, what the fuck
why
you
I
mean
gotta
I can't play Fortnite?
I swear to you
That's like
guys,
it makes
no
that
lie.
happen.
I'm waiting for Jake to try to swing on me. I promise you, I am.
That like every time, like sometimes when I'll yell at him or I'll tell him do something, he will stare at me. And I'll be like, "You want to fight?"
He's sizing you up.
Right, that's what, and then my wife be
processing.
like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nah, he looked like he want to fight." So I'd be like, "You want to fight?" But I know this day's coming. I've told you this
Yeah.
shit plenty of times.
Yes.
There's gonna be a day. Well, he's 11 now. All right, 15, 16.
Yep.
You don't try me.
He gonna
I
want to
knew
go
he
to
was
a
gonna
party and you gonna be like,
He
nah.
gonna knock you out.
Yeah.
He better knock me out. Some other ones gonna be, he better knock me out. If this is a chance you want to take, you better knock me out. Because then if you don't, I'm fucking him up. But if he knocks me out, I'm gonna have to second guess how I proceed going forward.
Gotta make it count, son. Make it count.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever got into a fight with their pops before, like a straight fist fight?
Yes.
How did they go?
Did you make it
I think I
count?
tied. I think I tied.
Hey, a tie from a kid standpoint is a victory, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, this
Yeah.
was last week.
Hey, still.
No. It was like, what? How old am I? Like 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I held my own.
That's what's up.
But-
My nephew got into a fight with his dad once. I was super proud. I'm not even gonna lie to you. My nephew said he stood up to his dad, called his dad a bitch, and punched him. I said, "Hey, you cold for that, bro? I ain't gonna lie. You can't go back to your dad's house no more." But you was cold. You was cold as fuck for that.
And see, and this is why you don't have boys, because they over here trying to do some stupid shit like that. I'm good.
I never got into it with my pops until I was about 33 years old. 33 years old, and I think I had to quickly remind him that I will fuck his ass up in a heartbeat. I said, "Dude, you old, you can't breathe. I'm not one of these crackheads from around the corner. I will fuck your ass up."
You got that CPAP machine when you sleep?
In real life, I think he sat there and really thought the options out and said, "You know what? He is right. Joe will fuck me up. Let me chill the fuck out." We have not gotten into it since then.
That's another thing, right? Aging.
Yeah. I tell Jake all the time, boy, you gonna have to catch me. I'm in a wheelchair. Until then, you can't beat me in shit. I'll play you in the court. We can get these sticks, whatever you want to do, bro. But you will not beat me in shit until I'm in a wheelchair.
All right, so y'all ready to jump into it?
Yep.
This week we discuss a Goofy movie.
It's summer, and Goofy's son Max has big plans.
I'll call you later.
Okay.
But Goofy has other ideas.
We're going fishing?
We'll spend some real quality time together.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
It's a classic father-son relationship headed for disaster.
It's Bigfoot!
When Max makes a promise to a girl he has a crush on, his chances to fulfill it seem hopeless when he is dragged onto a cross-country trip with his embarrassing father, Goofy. Joe, what did you think of this movie?
Greatest movie of all time that went straight to VHS.
It had a theatrical release.
Did it? Are you? I swear to God.
I watched it in the movie theaters.
Yeah, same here.
What?
I did too.
I swear I got those movies straight to VHS.
No.
Well, my whole life thinking this. Oh well. Well, anyway.
I think the second one did. Did they have another one?
Yeah, it went straight to
Yeah,
VHS.
the second one definitely did.
Motherfucker, you was on the Chip and Dale episode
And I
where
swear-
I
and I-
said,
and I swear I
well,
said-
I told y'all the box office for a Goofy movie
Did you?
because that was the trivia question.
Wasn't paying any attention, Chad.
Fuck you.
Oh.
All this goddamn work I put into this fucking show,
And
the guests can't even listen to what the fuck we saying.
But the fans love you.
Freestyling. Yeah, the fans
But
love
the
freestyle.
fans love you. I know you in real life. I ain't gotta love you like they do.
All right, greatest movie of all time. Go on.
Well, shit, you got Tevin Campbell on the soundtrack. That enough was enough back then for a '90s movie. That's when we all realized that Goofy was actually black.
Okay.
Max was just like the coolest like kid at that time. Like I was a kid. Like I think I was in 3rd grade when I first saw a Goofy movie.
95.
Whatever year that may have been. I was in. I know I was in 3rd grade the first time I saw it.
You were 8.
That works. 8, 9, somewhere in there.
But you weren't 9 yet. You were 8.
I didn't see it until it came out on VHS, chat. I don't know anymore. Right?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But like between the soundtrack, just like watching Max in that movie, like I was into skateboarding. I was always considered the quote unquote nerdy kid, but I could always move in other social circles, and like I always felt like that's how Max was in that movie. So it's last day of school, do a prank. Why not? He was with it. I was with it. Whatever.
It was a good movie. I remember back at the time, I was like 10 when it came out. I was watching Goof Troop a lot. Then the movie came out, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the road trip, because that's what brings back to the road trip. And it's like, man, I never had any fun road trips like they did. Like, Goofy was like, it's almost like he was trying to embarrass him. And I think Max he didn't want to end up like his dad. So that's why I think you did choose it's a good Father's Day type movie.
Well, Matt picked it, but I mean, it goes to, we didn't really touch on it because like our kids aren't old enough, but like there will come a time where there is a disconnect between you and your kid, like a real disconnect, right? Like, do y'all understand most of this TikTok shit that's happening? Like that's the divide.
Do I understand it or do I get it?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like that generational divide. Like Goofy, yes, he is an embarrassing person. Like at his core, if he wasn't a parent, he would be a really fucking embarrassing person. But like he's also, it's not like it's malicious, right?
No, it's never malicious. It's Goofy being Goofy.
Right, and so it's like.
That's like being mad at water for being wet.
So I don't think he was intentionally like trying to embarrass Max. It was all coming from a good place, and it just comes from that whole, you're not gonna be fully in sync with your kids.
But as a kid, that's how you view it, though.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, as a kid, that's how it's viewed. You're intentionally embarrassing me, and like, but especially as a kid back then, that's how we all viewed it. Now we are adults, and so we kind of possibly even view it a little bit differently as adults. Kind of like how when you after you do some you live a little bit of your life, you're like, I kind of understand why my mom or my pops was acting a certain way about a certain way, and now looking back, maybe I was the one tripping.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a classic of our youth. It's been a couple of years since I've seen this movie, and I haven't. I mean, my child is 2, so I haven't seen this movie as a parent until now. And so, like, when it started, I was like, oh, yeah, this soundtrack is so good. But then we got to, like, the principal's office, and I was starting to quickly get annoyed with the movie, because I'm like, God damn it, Max. Just have a real fucking conversation like an adult. Like, I know. Like, this is like,
yeah, I get you.
This is my right now brain, right? And I'm like, just have a fucking conversation with her. Tell her that, tell her what's going on. And like, do we need to do any of this shit? But like, once we got in the car with Goofy, like those feelings like quickly started to evaporate, and I was just with the adventure. And so like, I don't know, I guess it's like that down period where like I had too much time to think about it, and like I wasn't experiencing it. I still feel like it holds up. As a parent, it hits. It hit in a very different way growing up as a young man, a boy, whatever. Yeah, I really like the movie. I still laughed at a couple of parts, and it was very heartfelt,
No, I feel you. Like me and my son, we like sing the soundtrack in the car.
Yeah.
And like he sings Max parts, I sings Goofy parts, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And it's always a good time, like, because that was like the first movie he really got into like that, like where we get in the car and he's asking, "Hey, Dad, can we listen to?"
Yeah.
And so of course, you know, I'm with it. We in the car jamming.
Yeah, and like another thing to add to like the whole this is a black movie, like when the principal was talking to Goofy, he's talking about he's over here looking like a gang member, and I'm like, okay,
Yep.
that
was official when you knew he was black.
right, yeah, gang members run around in fucking yellow jumpsuits like this is fucking a Clockwork Orange. Yeah, that's how gangs work. Yeah.
He had that red hoodie on, dog. He knew it was a blood. He knew it was a blood.
Matt, what'd you think of this movie?
I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But like y'all said, soundtrack is fire. I hated a fucking friend with the cheese.
Oh, Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore.
I forgot he was a character in this movie.
Really?
Until he showed up.
Because he was like that. What was that movie? Not Encino Man. Was it Encino Man?
Yeah, it was Encino Man.
But
Pauly Shore's played the same character in almost everything.
Right.
In, like his whole career.
Like, he was just getting annoying to me. But no, like you said, when like every time we talk about a movie, I always say, you know, communication will fix a lot of this stuff from happening.
Yeah.
He could have just told. Remember, he's in summer break. He could have told Goofy, "Hold on, I'm supposed to take this girl to this concert. Let's do this road trip a week later."
What do you guys think the Rotten Tomatoes is of this movie?
52.
I say it's high. This one of those cult classics that everybody likes. So I'll say
it's right. But remember, cult classic, and also it barely made its money back in the theater.
Barely.
But this is not. This is from reviews though, right? So people can just go in there as part of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes, you can write a new review of this movie right now. You can.
All right, then I go with a 70.
I'm gonna give it a 68, only because, and when I talk to people who aren't black, they don't seem to have the same memory of a Goofy movie like we do.
Exactly.
So with that being said, that's probably part of the reason
Stop right there. Is this? I never took this as a black movie. Like we talked about we didn't talk about it. Like does this fall in the category of a black movie?
It does.
Or like
it does. But like it's one of those situations where like it is surface level, but you have to like go into it and say this is a black movie. If you get what I'm saying, like we have christened this movie. The black community has christened this a black movie.
So it comes to the barbecue.
Right.
Kind of how like at the racial thing they had on the Chappelle show. All the Asians went to Wu-Tang went to Asians. Goofy movie's black.
Right.
But no, you were saying about how you said white people don't
no, you're right.
Like when I talk about Goofy movie to white people, I don't meet a lot of white people who even know what it is.
It's like, oh yeah, I love Goof Troop. They had a movie.
Like straight up don't know. Like the closest thing I know to a white person knowing what a Goofy movie was the one time I decided to cosplay as Max. As a matter of fact,
was she white?
She was white. It was a girl dressed as a Powerline that's happened to be at the same event. We took a picture together.
I thought you ran into a Roxanne.
No, Powerline.
So the Rotten Tomatoes was 61%, with a 70% audience score. I really worked hard on this one, so don't get it right, okay? Which 1990s R&B artist was hired and later fired from the role of Powerline in a Goofy movie? A. Genuine, B. Bobby Brown, C. D'Angelo, or D. Coming full circle, Marcus Houston?
Bobby Brown.
I'm going Bobby Brown too.
Damn, I was about to go Bobby Brown.
If it's not Bobby, it's got to be Marcus Houston.
It got to be Bobby.
I go Bobby Brown.
Fuck all y'all. It's Bobby Brown.
Of course, he got a damn drug problem. You can't have him do a kid movies.
Bobby Brown's a wild dude.
That's exactly what happened. So Bobby Brown was originally set to voice Powerline and had already recorded some songs for the character.
Really? We need to find those.
Hold up,
Shit.
hold up, hold up, hold up. But was fired due to substance abuse issues. Some of the songs Bobby did for the movie were revamped and ended up in his album Forever. So if you want to check that out later, you can. Trivia dump. So the character of Powerline is a mixture of Bobby Brown, Prince, and Michael Jackson. The inspiration for this film came from Jeffrey Katzenberg, the chairman of Disney at the time, who was feeling distant from his daughter. He decided to go on a road trip with her that brought the two of them closer together. And I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask if they go to a Prince concert along the way or something.
I mean, you know how like most stories is like this is based off something, but like a very small part of it's based on something. Like I went on a road trip with my daughter. Everything else we're gonna make is just some bullshit.
Got you. So they had a Prince mix CD.
Right. Oh, they probably were listening to Prince on the
It
drive.
was mixtape. I'm sorry, that was a cassette back then.
Yes. Because this movie was actually done like 2 years before it came out, but there were some issues internationally, and so
because China don't like black movies.
No.
Okay.
It was actually France.
Okay.
There were some issues in France, and so it got delayed 2 years. That's not. I didn't write that down. Last thing. Burger King released 5 toys featuring Goofy and Max to promote the film in 1995. They were Goofy and Max on a raft, Goofy and Max on water skis, Goofy on a bucking bronco, Goofy and Max in a fishing boat, and Goofy and Max in a runaway car. So I was prime age to get these toys, but I didn't really fuck with Burger King when I was a young man.
And fuck with Burger King as a young man.
McDonald's did have the better toys.
Right.
If you're gonna pick one, you're gonna pick McDonald's.
Right.
Burger King was like the
Yeah,
It's the only thing on the way home type shit.
Exactly. Even to this day, I don't really mess with Burger King a lot.
Burger King will fuck your stomach up like White Castles, dog.
I mean, or is it because we're old now?
No, that's always been a thing. Burger King had fire fries though. They fries be good.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
Give me some fries and a slush. I'm cool.
But all right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out and spending this Father's Day weekend with us. I mean, we had some good discussion about fatherhood, and we are coming at it from different. Our kids are different ages, and we don't all have the same, sex of child, so different perspectives, and that was nice. Before we get out of here, Laurent, you got anything to promote?
No, same thing. My Instagram's still up. LDOTGREN.
Okay.
Hit me up on IG.
All right, Joe.
Same old. You can catch me on IG, Joey McFly. There's a 3 and a 1 and a 4 instead of an E.
Yeah. I'll put in the show notes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And when's that podcast coming out?
You really gonna stay on me on this one, huh?
Hey.
So
you about to drop a podcast?
I am actually. I used to be on the show once upon a time, and we dispersed, and my good friend Chad here is just being a good friend, staying on my back to make sure I do a new one.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll talk off mic. Thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Like our Facebook page, We Used to Talk About This at Work, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Used to Talk Pod. Come back next week for a guest combination that, from the very little feedback that we get, has been requested. I won't spoil who is going to be on it, but it's going to be a very therapeutic episode, if you will.
And like always, I don't know if this was a good episode. I don't know if it was a bad episode, but whatever you think about it, talk about it at work. Thank you for listening. I also want to say rest in peace to my birth father, Michael James King. I love you.